It's the interview with Melissa and David.
This is an honor. I'm a huge fan of this guy right here. We've got the
forward to
one and only Mr. Richard Sterban from the Oak Ridge Boys on the phone with us today.
I'm amazed by the way the Oak Ridge Boys transcend genre, as they say.
Absolutely.
Like Elvira, it crossed over. It was a huge top 40 hit. Also, speaking of Elvira, Melissa and I were having this discussion a little while ago.
And
Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark.
And maybe you can answer this question.
Maybe you know the answer.
Was she named after the song, or what, do you think that the song was? Have you ever heard that story where supposedly she got the name from your song?
No, that I am not aware of. Dallas Frazier wrote Elvira, and he just passed away. Earlier this year, but he became pretty good friends over the years, and as he tells the story, believe it or not, inspired to write Elvira not by a lady but by a street sign, and that is a fact.
Awesome.
He was driving home from a recording session, driving through East Nashville with his producer, and he came across Elvira Street, and he pulled right up to the street sign, and right there on the spot, he took out an envelope or a piece of paper or something and wrote Elvira, Elvira. My heart's on fire for Elvira.
That's so
and then he proceeded to write the Giddy Up, Oom Papa, Bow Wow part.
Wow.
And he said that imitates the bumps on Elvira Street. Elvira Street evidently had a lot of potholes.
Right.
Doggone.
And so the Oom Papa, Bow part actually imitates the bumps on the road.
That's so awesome.
Then but that's the only part he had.
Right.
So when he got home, he wrote verses about a woman, so the whole thing would make sense.
Right.
But the original inspiration came from a street sign, and most people don't realize that.
I'm curious to know, if the street's still there. The next time I'm going to Nashville, I'm going to look and see if that street sign is still
Melissa's
there.
going to steal that sign.
No, I'm not going to steal it.
I'm telling you, she's going to steal that sign, Richard.
The Melissa and David Show.
If you're just turning your radio on, it's not a dream. You really are hearing Cassandra Peterson, or you may recognize her as Elvira. Cassandra, you were also in the Groundlings. Man, what a great way to cut your comedy teeth. I mean, people like Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman. Did you guys ever get to work together after that?
Well, I talk to Pee Wee practically every other day. We speak a lot. He and I have so much in common. We both developed characters around the same time through the Groundlings, and we both own our own characters, which I don't know that there's anybody else out there who plays a character full-time that they've had for many years and still owns it. The only other people I can think of are kind of in music, like Gene Simmons from Kiss, or
Alice Cooper.
Or Rob Zombie, But Paul and I own our own characters, and he always says we're part of a very, very exclusive club, which is only him and me. And it's funny, I call him Pee-wee and he calls me Elvira. We always have our whole life. It's so bizarre.
And
I love it.
The Elvira I see today, to me, it's exactly what I remember when I first saw you in the early 80s in Los Angeles. Has Elvira, have you changed her at all over the years?
Not really. You'll see in the book there's a picture of me on my first day of work as Elvira. I had mostly everything that you see now, but I didn't have my little, I had that. I had those. But I didn't have my little dagger. I didn't have the dark-colored hosiery down. My hair was a little flat. That always bugs me, seeing old pictures of me, because my hair was so flat compared to how it ended up.
Right.
But basically, it's pretty much the same. Although I cringe when I see old shows of me now because I talked so slowly. It drives me out of my mind. Now I talk really, really fast.
This is the Melissa and David Show.